Hello guys, welcome to She Code. So in our top 100 code series, the problem 27 is for hexadecimal to decimal conversion. Okay, so the hexadecimal number system has a base value of 16 and use digits from 0 to 16 where 0 to 9 are integers, and from 10 to 16 we use alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F. This was about hexadecimal number system. Now we have a decimal, as we have to convert this hexadecimal to decimal. So we have a decimal value for every digit from 0 to 9 and A to F. So if you look at this table given on left hand side, we have a hexadecimal base, hexadecimal values and decimal values. So every hexadecimal value has an equivalent decimal value. If you see, from 0 to 9 we have exact 0 to 9 decimal values, but from hexadecimal value A to F we have equivalent decimal value, which is from 10 to 15. Okay, so these are our first hexadecimal digits which have already a decimal value. So the process of converting an hexadecimal number to a decimal number is same which we have been following from past two videos. If you haven't checked those videos, please go to the description, check the link over there and you can watch them. So for conversion of hexadecimal number, if you see this flow chart, this diagram over here, we have a hexadecimal number 1AB. Okay, as I said, hexadecimal numbers are written from integers 0 to 9 and alphabets A to F. Okay, there are total 16. Fine. So suppose we have an hexadecimal number A1AB. Okay, so we have to convert this 1AB to a decimal number. How we are going to convert is, first let's start from the rightmost digit. Okay, B. Now the equivalent decimal value of B, what is that? That is 11. Equivalent decimal value for B is 11. First step to convert the hexadecimal number is that you have to convert these alphabets into integers. Then only you will be able to do the calculation. So you have to convert these alphabets into integers, and how you are going to convert them? You have to check the equivalent decimal value for that specific integer, specific alphabet. So for B we have value 11, for A we have value 10 and 1 as it is. What we are going to do? We are going to follow the same process with a different base. How? We are going to multiply 16 with the power of that index of that digit of hexadecimal number. Okay, so here I am going to multiply this digit, that this integer 11 with 16 into 16 to the power 0, because this digit is present at 0th index. Okay, the rightmost digit is at 0, then 1 and then 2, which we have seen in our previous video. So we are going to multiply 11 into 16 to the power 0, then we are going to multiply 10 with 16 to the power 1, and we are going to multiply 1 with 16 to the power 2, and after that we are going to add all these products and we are going to get a decimal value. So this was the process of converting a hexadecimal to an decimal number. Let's see our code. So let's start with the coding portion. Here I have taken a string hex. This is the number we have to convert to a decimal number. Then I have created another function, hex to decimal, whose task is to convert our hexadecimal number to a decimal number. Okay, now here, this string will store all our hexadecimal digits. Why? We will see in further videos. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay, so these 16 digits of hexadecimal number. Okay, now I am taking another variable int value which will store the computed decimal value of the hexadecimal number which we have converted. Okay, so int value is equal to 0, initial value will be 0. Now the first thing we have to do in our program is we are using a for loop in which the initial value of I will be 0, then I should be less than hex dot length, because we have to iterate over the hexadecimal number. We have to check every digit of that number, so hex dot length and I plus plus. Fine. Now what this loop will do is, first what we have to do, we have to separate every digit from the number, and then we have to multiply and add as we have seen in the explanation portion. Okay, so for that I am doing is I am taking another variable c, character c, which will store the character, okay, every character of that digit, okay, whether it is integer or an alphabet. So for that, hex dot char at I. Okay, as the loop will run, we will get every character of this digit whenever this loop is running from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, now next thing is we have to compare every digit of this hexadecimal number to all the hexadecimal numbers and check the equivalent value of that and we have to check the equivalent decimal value for that. So for that I am taking another variable int d, which will store the digits, okay, which will store the converted digit. So for that, hex digit dot index of c, it will give us the index of that character which we have taken out, which we have separated from the hexadecimal number, and it will give us the index. Okay, so index will be in the form of integer. Now the final value is, we have to store our decimal value. So value is equal to value into 16. Why 16? Because multiply the number with 16, we will shift to left. So value into 16 plus d. Okay, because we have to add all the numbers. Now here it will return us the value. Okay, so this was a function. So let's dry run our code. Hexadecimal number C9A. First it will be converted to uppercase, then it will enter this loop. Okay, so the initial value of I is 0. Fine. So we will store the character at index I. So I's initial current value is 0. So in this hex string, the character at 0 index is C. Fine. So the current value of character C is C. Then in integer d, we will check that at what index that C variable C digit is present. Okay, so if you see this hex digit string, the index of C is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So C is present at 12 position. Fine. Now in this value variable, initial value of this value variable is 0. 0 into 16 is 0 plus d. So the value variable has a value 12 over here. Now after again running coming to this loop, the value of I is incremented to 1. So character at I in this hex string, character at 1 in this hex string is 9. Fine. The index of that 9 digit in this hex digit string is 9. Fine. So the d variable will store the value 9. Now value variable has a value 12 over here. So 12 into 16. So 12 into 16 plus 9 is 201. Okay. Again this same process will be followed. So the I will be incremented to 2. So character at 2 in hex string is a index of A in this hex digit string is 10. Fine. So 10 into so value variable has a current value 201. 201 into 16, 16 and plus 10. Okay, plus 10 is 3206. 226. So this is a decimal equivalent value for this hexadecimal number. Let's run our code and check if this is correct or not. Okay, so this is correct. The hexadecimal value is 3226. This was a program for hexadecimal to decimal conversion. Thank you so much.